What's up, legends? Welcome back to another episode of Fit Dad Real Talk. And today we're going to deep dive into one of the most crucial aspects of your health and transformation journey, which is overcoming the all or nothing mindset and starting to embrace progress over perfection. Instead of constantly sabotaging yourself when shit hits the fan and goes wrong and you go backwards with your results, I'm going to teach you how to embrace the obstacles and understand that this is a needed part of your process to help you grow and learn. And I want you to think about that for a second. These obstacles, this randomness that you're facing, this is simply a part of the journey that you must face, that you must fight against to become who you want to become. Now, to understand the all or nothing mindset, we first need to understand where it stems from, which is perfectionism. And we've all been there. Setting impossibly high standards for ourselves, feeling like we must be perfect in what we do. Before we start a program, it needs to be the right time. It can't be too busy. You have to have the right finances. You have to be able to afford the right food and the right gym. Our partner, our family has to be on board. The reality is, a lot of people need to mentally have the stars to align before they can create change, or they just do nothing. And the problem with this mindset is it often paralyzes us from even trying because we're afraid of failing. But here's the truth. No one's perfect. The stars aren't ever going to align for you. And it's time that we accept that if we start when it's messy, then when it's easy, when it isn't messy anymore, it's going to be even simpler to stay on track. And that brings us to that all or nothing mindset, which is the belief that if we can't do something perfectly, then what's the bother of doing it at all? And this kind of thinking can lead to extreme behaviors, crash diets, keto, man shakes, punishing workouts, hours of cardio, and eventually you break, you burn out. You start doing something unsustainable. So what happens is you just completely give up. If you only have 20 minutes to work out, you don't do it because you can't get your whole gym session in. Or if you have one beer, then all of a sudden you're like, I went off my diet, so you have 10 beers. I know you've done this. I've done it before when I knew better. And you need to stop this cycle because this is never going to get you ahead. It's going to lead you into yo-yoing with your weight forever and never actually moving forward. So I need you to instead embrace the imperfections more likely. Understand that if there is any certainty in life, then randomness is going to happen. We need to embrace our flaws, acknowledge that we are human, and accept that setbacks are simply part of the journey. And every successful person has imperfections. They've all had setbacks. They've all faced inevitable randomness, but they didn't just sit there dwelling on their mistakes. Every single athlete was once an amateur, and they learned to simply keep moving forward time and time again, refining their imperfections, and they had the belief that obstacles simply made them stronger, and they became more focused. So instead of aiming for perfect, I want you to create small, non-negotiable steps forward. Look at the big three. I want you to look at your steps, your calories, and your training. I want you to set weekly achievable targets and plus upper and lower limits for them. Maybe it's minimum 8,000 steps a day, which is also 56,000 steps a week. If you hit 6K tomorrow, you still can make it up. You can still get the 56,000 week total. Minimum 3 training sessions a week or a minimum of 90 minutes working out. Again, it's malleable, so you can still win. A minimum of 7 days of tracking your food, even if you went over, but a minimum of 5 days of hitting just under your calories. Now, these small steps will help you grow, and they will need to be achieved before we actually make them harder. Then, as we build momentum, we can make them tougher. We can expand our comfort zone. But the thing is with this, we need to start. We need to build momentum. We need to actually start winning with smaller targets first before we go to the larger ones, because we need that momentum behind us. We need the wind at our back. And you know what's more effective than aiming for perfection? It's simply consistency with small steps. And progress is made through continuous effort. And it's made through sustainable changes. So I need you to set better goals. I need you to set weekly goals instead of long-term goals. Goals that are shorter time frames that stop us going around the corner and dwelling on randomness when it hammers us, sitting for weeks on end, not moving forward and actually going backwards. So I want you to set daily targets. I want you to set weekly targets and have that as your focus, because if you miss a day, it will get you straight back on track. You can celebrate if you hit your weekly small steps. You can reward yourself if you do this. You can say to yourself, when you hit your steps for that day, you hit your 8,000 steps, say it out loud, just like me. Okay, when you do that training session for 20 minutes, you say out loud, that's just like me for training. When you hit your calories, you say, that's just like me for hitting my calories. Because this ingrains into identity that we are someone who hits our targets. It feels good. We feel like a winner. And that's what I need you to do with your realistic goals. I want you to start reflecting at the end of each day and learning from your setbacks so they don't keep coming out of left field. Because let's face it, setbacks are going to happen, but they aren't the end of the world. I want you to analyze what went wrong, identify the triggers of why it happened. I want you to develop better coping mechanisms and ways to mitigate them next time. I want you to understand that you'll come stronger and better equipped to face the challenges in the future if you reflect on when you actually have them right now. And you can't do this monthly. You don't do this yearly. You reflect daily. It gives us more iterations to become the best version of ourselves. I want you to then build a positive mindset, because this is a game changer. It can transform your entire journey. I want you to practice gratitude. Use positive affirmations. Remind yourself who the fuck you are. You are great. You are unstoppable. You are someone who takes control of their life and all the opportunities in it. You are someone who thrives on obstacles and challenges. You learn from them and you demolish your goals. When you have this positive outlook, you handle any challenge and you will handle it more effectively and stay on track because you know what it takes and you take everything head on. I want you to seek support. And remember, you don't have to go through this journey alone. You have the support from either maybe your family, your friends, or a coach, or having someone to lean on to keep you accountable. This makes a world of difference when you're facing challenges, from either following in their footsteps or being directed by them as a coach, or simply being accountable for them so you follow through with your word and you check in with them each week. Lastly, I want you to understand you must enjoy this journey. You got to focus on enjoying the process, because weight loss is so much more than just reaching an end goal. It's about the journey itself. It's about who you've become on this journey. It's about how you've taught your kids that you keep pushing forward despite of the challenges. You never give up. You don't blame other people. You don't make excuses. It's all about who you've become. It's about how you've taught your kids that you keep pushing forward despite of challenges. It's the discipline that you've forged and the mindset that you've created from doing the work even when you don't feel like doing it. And that's how we overcome it, guys. That's how we overcome the all or nothing mindset, embrace progress over perfection. Remember that imperfect action beats perfect inaction every day of the week. So let's ditch the fear of failing it. Instead, I want you to celebrate every step towards becoming the best version of yourself. Because life is going to throw randomness at you. But if you miss a day, the biggest rule I can teach you is to never miss twice. Until next time, guys, keep pushing forward, smash your goals, and you've got this.